They were an elderly couple, simple, quiet, unremarkable. But behind that wrinkled smile and farmhouse charm, Faye Copeland kept a secret buried 6 feet under. 5 men, executed, forgotten, and at the center of it all, a notebook with a kill list written in her own hand. This is the story of Faye Copeland, America's oldest female serial killer. It started small, a simple scam. Ray Copeland had been running cons for years. Bad checks, stolen livestock, shady deals. But the authorities were closing in. Ray needed a fall guy, or 5. He and Faye started hiring transient workers, men with no homes, no families, men who wouldn't be missed. They'd open bank accounts in their names, write bad checks, buy cattle. And once they outlived their usefulness, they disappeared, for good. They weren't just drifters. They had names, lives, families. Paul Jason Cowart, 27 years old. Last seen working for the Copelands in 1986. John Freeman, 27. Found buried in a shallow grave, a .22 caliber bullet lodged in his skull. Ricky Dale Stasi, 34, executed and dumped like garbage. Dennis Murphy, the youngest, only 21. Authorities believe he was killed for asking too many questions. And Wayne Warner? Another life, another body. Another X is in Faye's ledger. 5 men gone, just like that. It wasn't just Ray. Faye knew. She planned, she recorded. Her careful handwriting listed every worker. And next to 5 of their names, a single haunting X. Every single one, no, it was later found dead. When police confronted Faye, they expected a frightened, submissive housewife. Instead, they got something else.
Faye, you knew these men were dying.
I don't know what you mean.
You wrote their names down. You marked them.
I just did what Ray told me to do.
The jury didn't buy it, neither did the judge.
She wasn't just a witness. She wasn't just an accomplice. She was part of the plan.
At 69 years old, Faye Copeland was sentenced to death, making her the oldest woman in United States history to receive the sentence. Ray was sentenced to die too, but he escaped the needle. He died of natural causes in 1993. Faye's death sentence was later reduced to life, but in 2002, a stroke left her paralyzed. In 2003, she died. She never confessed. Was she a victim, a pawn in Ray's twisted game, or was she something else? The truth may never be fully known. But 5 men lost their lives, and Faye Copeland played her part. What do you think? Was Faye a victim or a monster? Let us know in the comments below. For more chilling true crime stories, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Until next time, stay safe. Scene 2, end screen, time code 0003 14000 to 0003 17000, gap-2.28 ASS. Scene 10, the investigation unfolds, time code 0003 17000 to 0003 24000. As the investigation kicked off, detectives meticulously combed through every detail. They started by interviewing neighbors who reported hearing strange noises the night of the incident. Friends of the victims were also questioned, shedding light on their recent activities and any potential threats they might have faced. Gap-1.50S, Scene 10 Part 2, time code 0003 24000 to 0003 28000. The breakthrough came when detectives discovered a hidden diary in one of the victims' bedrooms. The entries hinted at a troubled relationship and mentioned a mysterious figure who had been lurking around. Gap-2.00S, Scene 10, Part 3, time code 0003 28000 to 0003 34000. Following these leads, the investigators traced the whereabouts of the mysterious figure, eventually leading them to a secluded warehouse. Inside, they made the grim discovery of the bodies, confirming the worst fears of everyone involved. Gap-1.50S, Scene 10 Part 4, time code 0003340000 to 0003370000. This crucial discovery not only brought some closure to the case, but also provided essential evidence that would be pivotal in the trial. Gap-1.50S, Scene 10 Part 5, time code 0003370000 to 00034000. The investigation was far from over, but each step brought the detectives closer to unraveling the mystery and delivering justice for the victims. Gap-1.50S, Scene 10 End, time code 00034000 to 0003433000. Gap-2.50S, Scene 11, Media Frenzy, time code 0003433000 to 0003450000. As news of the gruesome discovery spread, the media descended upon the small town, turning it into a hotbed of speculation and intrigue. Gap-1.50S, Scene 11 Part 2, time code 000345 000 to 0003480000. News channels and social media platforms were flooded with updates, each trying to outdo the other with exclusive scoops and shocking revelations. Gap-2.00S, Scene 11, Part 3, time code 000348 000 to 0003520000. Footage of press conferences where the police provided limited information was looped endlessly, while armchair detectives and true crime enthusiasts speculated wildly about the identity of the mysterious figure. Gap-1.50S, Scene 11 Part 4, time code 000352 000 to 0003550000. Public reactions varied from fear and outrage to sorrow and empathy as the community grappled with the horrifying reality that such a crime could occur in their midst. Gap-1.50S, Scene 11 Part 5, time code 000355 000 to 0003580000. The intense media coverage not only kept the public engaged, but also put immense pressure on the investigators to solve the case swiftly and accurately. Gap-1.50S, Scene 11 End, time code 0003580000 to 0004010000. As the investigation continued, experts began to dissect the mind of Faye Copeland, attempting to understand what drove her to such heinous acts. Gap-1.50S, Scene 12, Part 2, time code 0004010000 to 0004040000. Renowned criminal psychologists and profilers weighed in, providing a chilling analysis of her behavior and motivations. Dr. Emily Harris, a leading forensic psychologist, described Faye as a calculating and manipulative individual capable of extreme measures to achieve her goals. Gap-2.00S, Scene 12, Part 3, time code 0004040000 to 0004070000. Further examination of Faye's history revealed a pattern of control and domination, traits often seen in individuals with antisocial personality disorders. Dr. Michael Levine, a criminologist, elaborated Faye's actions were not impulsive, they were meticulously planned, indicating a deep-seated need for power and control. Gap-1.50S, Scene 12, Part 4, time code 0004070000 to 00041000. The experts also discussed the possible influences of her past, including childhood trauma and environmental factors which may have contributed to her development into a cold-blooded killer. GAP-1.50S, Scene 12, Part 5, time code 0004100000 to 0004130000. While some argued that Faye was a product of her circumstances, others believed she possessed an inherent malevolence that was merely waiting for the right moment to surface. GAP-1.50S, Scene 12 end, time code 0004130000 to 0004160000. This deep dive into Faye Copeland's psyche painted a terrifying picture of a woman who was not only capable of unspeakable acts but also unrepentant in her pursuit of them. As the case of Faye Copeland came to a close, the aftermath left deep and lasting scars on the community and the families of the victims. Loved ones of the victims struggled to cope with their immeasurable loss. Many found solace in each other, forming support groups to share their grief and memories. Linda Thompson, whose brother was one of the victims, spoke out about the pain and the long road to healing. "It's something you never truly get over," she said. "But knowing we're not alone in this helps us keep going." The case also prompted significant changes in local laws. Lawmakers introduced new legislation aimed at preventing similar tragedies in the future, including stricter background checks for employees and more robust support systems for vulnerable individuals. Sheriff David Reynolds, who led the investigation, expressed hope that these changes would honor the victims' memories by ensuring such horrors would never happen again. "We owe it to them to learn from this tragedy and make our community safer," he stated. The ripple effect of Faye Copeland's crimes serves as a grim reminder of the far-reaching impact of violence, but also highlights the resilience and strength of those left behind. The story of Faye Copeland is one that will forever be etched in the annals of true crime history. As we reflect on the harrowing events that unfolded, it is crucial to acknowledge not only the darkness of her actions, but also the light that emerged in the aftermath. Faye's case is a stark reminder of the complexities of human nature and the unfathomable depths to which some may descend. It underscores the importance of vigilance, community support, and the relentless pursuit of justice. The victims, though tragically lost, have not been forgotten. Their stories continue to resonate, serving as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring strength of the human spirit. In studying cases like that of Faye Copeland, we are reminded of the importance of empathy, understanding, and the need for systemic change. It is through these stories that we can learn, grow, and ultimately strive to create a safer, more just world. As we close this chapter, let us honor the memories of those who suffered and lost their lives. Let us commit to being vigilant, compassionate, and proactive in our communities. For in the end, it is not just the tale of a crime, but a narrative of resilience, reform, and the unyielding quest for justice.